Guys, this is what if Deku had life fibers as a quirk. If you don't know what anime this is from, it's from Kill la Kill. So yeah, I just started watching that anime again. I wouldn't recommend if you're not going through health class just yet. I'm joking, but I would just not recommend it if you were like under 14 or 13. So yeah. Let's see. Deku is going to be born basically the primary life fiber. If you don't know what that is, just watch the anime. So, yeah. I am not that good at detail when it comes to that kind of stuff. And if you don't know how life fibers work, they basically increase the human body by a certain percentage. So, yeah. They're usually called Goku uniforms, but if it's 100% life fibers, it's called Kamui. It's called a Kamui. So, yeah. And Deku's going to make a Kamui called... I have to use the translator for it to even sound proper. That's what Deku's Kamui is going to be called. So, yeah. Deku's basically going to be able to control... Basically, have these strings start popping out of his body at a young age. And he's able to make stuff with them. Like suits and stuff. So, yeah. And I'm guessing this is because of life fibers. But anytime he does his ultimate move, he's going to end up making this humongous, these humongous letters. So, yeah. But yeah, that's just going to happen. Like, I have no idea how that even does happen, so yeah. Deku is basically going to be bullied because he has such a powerful quirk. Well, not bullied, but he's going to be bullied because everyone thinks he has a weak quirk. But one day, Bakio accidentally blows his face off, and his face basically starts reconnecting with life fibers. So yeah, he's kind of like Ryoka. I forget her name, but the person with life fibers in her system. So yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering where I got the name for Deku's Kamui, I just typed in Heaven, Earth, Hell of Blood. It just made sense. So yeah. Deku is basically just going to be trying all this stuff out with his strings and stuff, but everyone's going to be freaking out at this time because his face was blown off, and he's not reacting to it because he doesn't feel pain since he's the primordial life fiber. So yeah, Deku is basically going to be making all this stuff, all these suits and stuff. Like, he's going to use one string to do it, and from him, and to be making like suits with one string from him in them. And he asks Bakio to wear it. So Bakio does wear it, and once he wears it, Bakio basically gets I want to say 40% of All Might's strength with 10% of One for All with Deku's quirk. So yeah, he basically gets 40% of One for All just with a 1-star uniform. If you don't know what that means, it just means it's 10% made with life fibers. And at this point, Deku hasn't even mastered it, so yeah, so once Deku completely masters making them, battle prepared, it's going to be equal to 90% of, one for all with a 1-star uniform. And you do not want to know what a convoy is going to be like. So, yeah. Deku is basically just, been making these clothes for people without quirks and stuff like that. So, yeah. Basically, yeah. If the body's not prepared for it, it'll basically go into this mode that you have no control, and the life fibers basically have all control, and is just going to bring you into an unstoppable rampage. So yeah, because life fibers slowly eat people. So yeah, Deku is basically going to be giving Bakugo a 2-star Goku uniform, and that basically makes Bakugo go on an uncontrollable rampage. Because Bakugo isn't elevated to get a 1-star at that moment. They're only like 6, so yeah. And Deku realizes that it does that. So once Deku makes his uniform, he tries making a 100% one for him, and it doesn't work, he realizes. So he tries to do these weird things, and one day it actually worked. Once he accidentally cut himself, and blood actually started coming down, and the uniform actually reacted and said, "I need blood. I need more blood," and stuff like that. So the uniform's basically going to have, it's basically going to need blood. So yeah. And then it basically transforms into Deku's true form for it. I'm gonna draw a picture of that later. I didn't think to draw one right now, but So yeah, Deku is basically going to end up having basically be asking this what it's called. I mean, why it's alive and stuff like that, and the uniform will say, well, it's not a uniform, but the shirt and pants will, the Kamui, can't think of the name, basically say he doesn't know why he's awake. I mean, I'm gonna actually say it's a she, because, she doesn't know why she is alive or anything like that. She knows nothing about this. So, Deku basically asks her what her name is, and she basically says, "I don't have one." And Deku basically decides to name her freaking doesn't work. Yeah, that. I, I don't know how to pronounce that. So, yeah. And basically, what time is it right now? I do not know. But yeah. I'm going to say that Deku basically, basically makes it more and more powerful by just keep adding on to it. So, yeah. I'm going to be pausing the recording for a sec. I think I messed something up. I'm just going to go to the Sun Lola attack right now. Well, besides, Deku made millions of dollars off of making his clothes. He basically made a clothes line. And he's made millions of dollars off of it. So, yeah. And every one of them has 1% life fiber in them. So, yeah. So it doesn't basically activate, but it will, but so it basically sews. It won't basically make anyone stronger or anything. Oh right, I forgot to mention this. It's a Quirk amplifier too. So yeah, the strength and quirk amplifier. So yeah, the Sun Lola attack happens like in canon, and Deku basically, yeah, sees that the Sun Lola is wearing a piece of, you know, his clothesline, and basically asks where he got that from. And basically, yeah, the Sun Lola will say, I robbed the store and got this. And Deku would say, oh, no, 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 that's no good. Basically, Deku snaps his fingers, and all the life fiber basically, yeah, ball turns the Sun Lola into yarn. If you don't know where I'm getting that from, it's from actually in the anime. So, yeah. Deku basically just snaps his fingers and the Sun Lola turns straight into a ball of yarn. And once All Might arrives, he'll ask where the sun, if Deku saw the Sun Lola, and Deku would say, yeah, I actually did. And Deku passes it over, and basically he says, pull the string once you get to the police station. Okay? Okay. Basically patronizing All Might. And he basically says, kid, do you want a autograph or something like that? And Deku basically says, no. What? You're too weak for me to even get a single autograph from. And All Might is basically thinking in his head, I'm too weak. This kid must not know that I'm the #1 hero. And All Might basically says, kid, you know I'm the #1 hero, right? And Deku basically will say, of course I know, All Might. And you are way too weak. And basically Deku just says, if you want me to prove it, just say anytime I can prove it. And basically that happens, and Deku's commonly, he's wearing. So yeah, sorry, but yeah, he basically is wearing it. So yeah, and she basically, yeah, yeah. Well, since is it June Cats? No, but how? What was the main character's commonly called? It's not June Cats. Somehow I remember that one, but yeah, that one's going to bother me all day. I'm going to pause the recording for that. Sorry, I forgot his name, but his name's Sunket. Basically, Sunket figures out that, basically in the final episodes, that if he chooses to, he can talk to people. So, yeah, that's basically what, Deku's commonly is going to, figure out, so, yeah. But if you have a better name for the commonly than this, so just comment it. So, yeah. And, yeah. Basically, the commonly basically says to All Might that you are really weak compared to us, to All Might. And basically All Might is looking around to see, who said that. And basically, Deku says, shut up. And the comedy basically says, you know I'm right. And All Might's basically going to be asking, who are you talking to? And Deku basically just, shows. So, like, there's a eyeball on his, uniform. So, yeah. He basically shows that. And, she basically starts talking, a lot more to All Might. And basically saying that he's no match compared to us. Especially because he's the creator of the Goku uniforms, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Goku. But, yeah, you can correct me. So, yeah. And All Might's going to be saying, what is a Goku uniform? And Deku basically explains the premise. And Deku basically says, I actually mastered how to create Goku uniforms too. A 10%, if clothes are 10% made out of the the fat the fibers I make, it's about 90% of your strength. And since this one's 100%, you can do the math. And All Might basically does, and he realizes how outmatched he is. Like, it's equal to 2,000 off ones? No, one for alls. It's like equal to 2,001 for alls, which is equal to like 1,000 all for ones. So, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. It's a mutant type quirk that can't be stolen by anyone or borrowed. So, yeah. It basically is, if it is stolen from Deku, what the person that steals it basically Deku will take over. Like, you can't steal his quirk because he's completely made out of that quirk. There's no body or anything underneath it. So, yeah. So, Deku basically is saying that his quirk has no weaknesses and stuff like that. And, yeah. Bragging about that. This is going to be the end of my WOF for now. See you guys later, and peace.